With the 7th pick in the 2024, the Portland Trailblazers select Donovan Clingan.
So the Washington Wizards in the first draft day trade are sending Deni Avdija to the Blazers.
Say that I'm blessed to be here in Portland, and they accepted me, and it's been fun to play here.
All right, before we get into this, a lot of you guys ask me how I get the updated rosters. I pretty much just start on the 2024 season, but I use Mr. Joseph's roster here. It's the best one by far. He updates every signing, every trade, every contract. It's a great one. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? A teams that offseason I really like so far has been the Portland Trailblazers. They made a big trade on draft night, giving up the 14th overall pick, one of the future picks they got in the Damian Lillard trade, and Malcolm Brogdon to get Deni Avdija, who's kind of a swingman power forward hybrid that has been improving every year of his career in not a great environment in Washington. He could play make, he can attack the rim, he can post up, he could shoot a little bit, and I really like his upside along their new number 7th overall pick, Donovan Clingan. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are going to be rebuilding the new look Portland Trailblazers, who haven't made really a ton of moves this offseason outside on what they did during draft night. They still have this just logjam of veterans on this team that they could look to move. Not like super veteran players, but like DeAndre Ayton. Where's his timeline on this team, right? Now that they just drafted Donovan Clingan with the 7th overall pick. Jeremy Grant gave a massive extension to last offseason. If he has a down year this year, this contract is not going to be tradable, in my opinion, in the 2025 season. So would they look to move him right now? Robert Williams, I think he would have been moved already if teams were more confident in his health because he's had a lot of injury concerns. Shaedon Sharpe had somewhat of a down sophomore year, but he was injured, and I expect him to be part of our big plans in 2025 and onwards. We have Deni Avdija, who they just traded for, but is he going to start, right? Like, we have Shaedon Sharpe, who we want to start at the 3, because you got Anthony Simons at the 2, but we may move Anthony Simons because I don't know if he's worth a max extension when we also got Scoot Henderson at the 1. And then you have some nicer young players like Jabari Walker. He's not young, but Dwap Reith was a solid rookie last year. Delano Banton impressed people towards the end of the year. Tamani Kamara was a good rookie. You still have Matisse Thybulle, and his defense could be valuable in the open market. Chris Murray was a first-round pick last year. Ryan Rupert could have been a first-round pick last year. Like, they have a ton of talent on this team that still may end up being the worst team in the Western Conference. And I can go about this two ways. I can look to move some of the veterans right now, or I can look to move some of them at the deadline and be one of the best sellers on the open market. Because right now I have a 10-man rotation, and I'm not even playing Matisse Thybulle, who I could look to move as well. We're not going to play Chris Murray, who was a first-round pick last year. Not going to play Ryan Rupert or Delano Banton. This is what I'm going to rock with. Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, point guard, shooting guard, small forward with Grant and Ayton in the front court. And what if Ayton just averaged like 23 points and 12 rebounds this year for the Trailblazers in his second year there? Like, I don't think it's out of the equation, but there's a lot of mouths to feed in Portland for, like I said, it's probably going to be one of the bottom teams in the Western Conference because this is a fun young team. They got talented young guys, talented veterans, but the Western Conference is just loaded right now, and you can go through the teams in the West that they're just not better than. They're not better than the Clippers. They're not better than the Grizzlies. Maybe they're better than the Utah Jazz, not better than the Kings, Lakers, Mavericks, Nuggets, Warriors, not better than the Rockets. Maybe they're better than the Spurs, maybe. Not better than the Suns, not better than the Thunder, Timberwolves, Pelicans. So, yeah, that pretty much drops us as one of the worst teams in the West. So there's no point for us to try to compete this year, in my opinion. I mean, 2K could say otherwise, but I think it's really just more prioritizing the development of the young guys. Funny enough, we beat the Clippers first game of the year. Anthony Simons has 21. Scoot Henderson, a little bit of an inefficient game. Deni Avdija has 18 points off the bench. And yeah, Donovan Clingan, not playing a ton of minutes so far, but I want him to be the franchise center. Maybe this is going to be like what happened with the Utah Jazz last year, maybe the Indiana Pacers, like guys like Jarris Walker, Taylor Hendricks. Didn't play much in the first half, and Walker didn't play much in the second half, but for Hendricks, played a lot in the second half when they moved some guys. So like maybe that's going to be the case for us, and we're going to be sellers, maybe at the deadline, or we try to get ahead of the market, and we could look to make some moves in December. We do start off 2-0 and then get blown out by 51 points by the Philadelphia 76ers. That's insane. And I do wonder if the Trailblazers would take a page out of what the Wizards just did. So the Wizards are in a rebuild, right? And they moved Deni Avdija while his value may be the highest on a good contract. And how much is he going to improve maybe in Washington? And he just like may never be as much valuable. And would Washington want to pay him $35 million a year in 3 years? Would they do the same with Anthony Simons, right? Like he's kind of their top scorer in their rebuild and a nice young piece still, but has 2 years left on the contract. Anthony Simons for $25 million a year on a bad team is nice, right? You know what? He's kind of leading you out of this rebuild, but do you want to pay Anthony Simons $40 million a year when he hasn't translated anything to winning yet on this team in the post-Damian Lillard era? Now, it's just been 1 year, so it's unfair to say, but I think that's a newer way of looking at roster construction in the NBA. So that could definitely be the case that we could look to move on him, but we'll see. So we start off the year 4-3, which is actually a really good start. Shaedon Sharpe 30-7. I mean, this is also a really good draft class. Wow, we've had a lot of close wins. Win by 1, by 3, by 4, by 1. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be a good team. But this is obviously a very good draft class with Cooper Flag at the top that could change this franchise. There's plenty of good wings that we could look out and get as well. So I think like in the future, the core may already be on this team. Like Scoot Henderson's the 1. I think Shaedon Sharpe's the franchise too if we look to move Anthony Simons. I think we try to get like maybe an Ace Bailey, a VJ Edgecombe at the 3. And maybe it's Denny and Clingan in the front court. Now, that could not work out. We'll see. But I'm excited about this team's future, and I'll see you guys probably around the trade deadline, maybe a little bit before then. And yeah, I knew 2K was going to like the Blazers, but I don't really want this to like convince me and trick me that I shouldn't be a seller at the deadline. Like, we're 29-21. 2K really does like the Blazers. Like, maybe I have to up the simulator difficulty with them. Points per game wise, we are currently 8th in the West. Allowed points per game, we are also about like 8th or 9th. So point differential though, we do have a -1 right now. We are at -2.3. Like, we're not contending. There's no way. And I should really look to kind of sell at the deadline. We do have Denny as number 5 in 6 Man of the Year, and he's been phenomenal. And I would love to start Denny. It's just going to be hard to move Jeremy Grant's contract, right? Like, who wants to pay Jeremy Grant? Am I going to get any assets in return, or is it really just salary filler for someone that's averaging now 14 points this year? So we're in a tough spot. I think we're going to look to still sell at the deadline. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move Aiden, but there's teams that could use some centers. Like, what would the Pelicans be willing to give me? But do I want Brandon Ingram? Do I want a CJ McCollum reunion? Not really. I mean, a trade I keep going back to is basically the Lakers. They do have Kelly Olynyk now. I don't really need a Kelly Olynyk style player. I don't know if we can get there anywhere else. Like, I would take probably Jared Vanderbilt over Kelly Olynyk. And I'd get Rui Hachimura, who I could move in the offseason, or I could keep for the end of the year. At least I probably would. We do have Jeremy. It would be funny to pair up Rui and Denny again. And I would give them Jeremy Grant. And I'd give them Delano Banton. And I mean, I'm not expecting draft capital in return for them taking on Grant's contract. But Grant is probably a better play objectively than Hachimura. I don't know if I would make this trade if I were the Lakers, but they do get a fire in Delano Banton. I mean, if there's a way I can get them Matisse Thybulle, I would. It's just not going to happen financially unless you're giving me AD or LeBron contract-wise, or D'Lo, which they don't want to do. Unless they prefer Matisse Thybulle's defense over Kelly Olynyk's, but Olynyk's a good player. So I think we would have to do somewhat of this trade. They are going to say no to it, so maybe I even have to attach some seconds to get off of Jeremy Grant's contract to them. They say no. They want Ryan Rupert. You're going to give me Jalen Hood-Schifino. Wow, they are just out on Hood-Schifino, and they'd rather flip him for Ryan Rupert. You know, I'm going to do that. I'll take a chance on Hood-Schifino. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. We do kind of need a backup point guard now that Malcolm Brogdon is no longer on the team. So we did get a lot of wings. Does not help our power forward issue. We have so many goddamn power forwards on this team. I think my next course of action is trying to move Robert Williams. And yeah, like, the Pelicans desperately need a center. It's just, how are they getting to the $10 million of Robert Williams? Like, you're not moving Herb Jones. You're not moving CJ McCollum. I mean, this could be a 3-team trade, but I doubt it, right? So I don't think I'm moving Robert Williams there. I mean, I think Cleveland could be interested in a backup center for sure. I mean, they picked up Steven Adams, though, which is definitely an upgrade over Tristan Thompson. I mean, could we maybe try to fleece the Clippers, right? So I would not fleece, but I'll give you Robert Williams. You give me PJ Tucker. We easily match the salary, but I would also like, jeez, man, I maybe this 27 first, if you can even offer that, and this Nuggets pick. Like, I would take 2 firsts for a team that's probably desperate to have some center depth with Zubats there at the 5. I don't know if they'll do this. Let's see. They say no, they want 2 seconds. I'm going to do that. So we're going to send Robert Williams to LA. We had to give up some seconds in that process. So I think Anthony Simons, that trade will come in the offseason, but we did free up some minutes now for Donovan Clingan for the rest of the 2025 season. And like I said, I'm really not all that interested in making the playoffs, so I would like to lose a couple more games. Matisse Thybulle, we're just going to let that contract run out. I'm going to play Clingan a decent amount. I mean, I don't really know how it's going to work out with Aiden. Now we get to start Denny, which is great. I'm going to give more minutes to Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson, and we're going to just let the young guys play. Like, I can now play, I got to go 20 to Hachimura, and then 7 to, I got Jared Vanderbilt. I think I'm going to send Hood-Schifino to the G League. So, yeah, still not even going to have minutes for Chris Murray, who was the first round pick in 2023. That's why I'm like really intrigued to see how this Trailblazers team attacks the trade market and their roster construction, because some guys are going to fizzle out. Like, I think they can't mess up Shaedon Sharpe's development, and that's going to be a big thing this year for them. That's why I thought maybe moving Anthony Simons, like, would Orlando be interested, or a team that could use a scorer? I didn't know if New Orleans would have been interested before the DeJounte Murray trade. And like, we're winning games right now, but I think that's just a testament on 2K. I'm actually going to, I think, increase the simulator difficulty, because we should not be this good for a team that I think should be at the bottom of the Western Conference. Because my goal was to be competing towards like the 2028 season, and they're going to let me compete in the 25 season because we do have to add on a year from this. But yeah, like, I don't know. Are they going to be able to move Jeremy Grant and DeAndre? And those are massive contracts. They already got off Malcolm Brogdon, which I thought was a great trade for them to get Danny Avdija. I don't think they needed somebody like a Bub Carrington with the 14th overall pick. And maybe the Bucks are bad in 2029, but that pick I don't think is going to be good because it has a swap involved. So yeah, I think we're going to be 500 this year. And like, they drafted Donovan Clingan. Like, who's moving Robert Williams? Would they bench Robert Williams completely and not play him at all just to prioritize the development of Clingan? Maybe. I just don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know if Chauncey Billups is the right head coach for the job. So I think the Trailblazers are one of the more fascinating teams in this season. So Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP this year. Matas Buzelis, Rookie of the Year. Shout out to him in Chicago. Russell Westbrook, Sixth Man of the Year, ended up getting traded to Philly. That trade should still happen any day in real life. We got Wemby Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Jalen Johnson, and Anthony Edwards Clutch Player of the Year. Speaking of the Timberwolves, a lot of you guys have been asking where's the Rob Dillingham updated T-Wolves rebuild. That will be the next one, so be on the lookout for that. I also think I'm going to be making NCAA videos when the game comes out. I think so. It could be a nice dead time in the offseason where I could just kind of explore that content as well, which obviously that's going to be a very hyped up game. So we don't get anybody on the All-NBA teams, defensive teams. We do get Donovan Clingan on All-Rookie First Team. I'll take that. I don't know why he's taking a lot of threes, but the guy can't hit his free throws or hit threes. He took 95 of them this year. That is kind of crazy. And we finished the year as the 8 seed. I am all for just losing the next 2 games in the playing tournament, but I'm not going to openly tank. I mean, Golden State should definitely beat us. Can't believe this team finished 41-41. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, let's see what happens here. Shaedon Sharpe didn't really impress me too much this year, was kind of inefficient, but I still think he could be a really good shooter. Here we go. This is the Gary Payton Bowl. Who's going to win this one to be the 7th seed in the playoffs? I don't want it to be us, so I'm cool with them beating us. They're up by 7 right now. I'll take my wins in 3 years. They're currently up by 16, so the Warriors are going to beat us. Thank you. Shaedon Sharpe had a good game when I called him out, so I will take that. DeAndre Ayton had 18 and 7, Scoot 16, 5 and 6. Scoot was good this year, and that's going to be a big part of our development. I think Scoot played very well in the final months of the NBA season last year, and I think he should be much better in year number 2. Hashimura and Simons were not good in this game. They both could be gone next year, or this offseason. So we're taking on the Denver Nuggets. All right, I can't believe we're taking on the Nuggets. So please beat us, Denver. I want you to beat me. Do not let us beat you. I know we're at home, but there's no way we should be losing to Jokic. We're down by 17. This is perfect. I don't want to openly tank. I don't want to openly root to lose, but we're down by 5. Please don't. Oh, my God, we're tied. Don't win this game. This may set us back, because I don't even think we get our first round pick, because I think it's like lottery protected. It might even be top 10 protected. All right, we end up losing. We lose 110-106. Simons and Ayton combined for 52 points. I just don't see a way that we can keep Ayton with Donovan Clingan on this team. I just don't think it would be very smart to do. I feel like we're just going to send Clingan through the Inuka Okongwu thing or the Obi Toppin thing, and we're just going to draft this guy with a top 10 pick and just refuse to develop them, or even like Patrick Williams in Chicago, but I guess that could still happen there. Zion Williamson is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jason Tatum Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And we do have the Pelicans beating the Celtics in 5 with Zion winning Finals MVP. It was a Duke Bowl, Zion versus Tatum, and Tatum did get the 2K25 honors. Chris Paul ended up getting traded to the Denver Nuggets. But yeah, I'm cool with Jason Tatum being on the cover. I just thought it didn't look great. I thought they really probably put that together in under an hour. But I guess it is what it is. So I think I have to look up the protections on this pick. I don't know if it's top 10 protected. Oh my God, wait, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's lottery top 10 protected. We just jumped up to number 4. Okay, so we get rewarded for actually being somewhat competitive this year. We ended up as the 8th seed. We was both playing tournament games, but we ended up getting the 4th overall pick. All right, I haven't gotten that much lottery luck in a little bit, so I will definitely take that. All right, let's go. That is what I'm talking about. So I think we're going to kickstart this offseason. I don't know who's taking Ayton. I mean, I could try to find a deal, but I think it's going to be a little bit easier to move Anthony Simons. And I'm going to try to trade him to the Orlando Magic. I know that's kind of been rumored before. I don't know if they would have the, I don't know. Would they do this now with KCP? I think they would. They still need someone that I think could be their point guard if it's not going to be Anthony Black. I wish, I don't know. I'd be interested in Jet Howard, but we do have Chris Murray as well. I don't think I'm going to take any of these guys unless it's Goga, but we have plenty of center depth. So I get this valuable, I think, pick in a couple years. It would be Phoenix and Orlando. Now, the 26th draft isn't a year. Like, the picks are going to be a year off by a little bit. So I wonder, can I also get 2 first-round picks in Cole Anthony, who I think we could flip, but we'll see. For Anthony Simons, they say no. They wouldn't want Golden State's pick, which I have to give back to them because that was obviously the 14th overall pick in this year's draft. All right, I don't have to take 19. Give me your 2028 first-round pick. Could we do that? They would still want Golden State's pick, which obviously I don't really have. I could throw in a player. I'm not giving you Hashimura. I'm not giving you Tumani. I don't really have a player to throw in. We're kind of low on second rounders. Do I want to do Anthony Simons for Cole Anthony in 1 first? I mean, I'm not going to pay Simons. I'm not. So, you know what? Let's do this trade. You want to swap seconds, that's fine. So we're going to do that. And I know you're like, man, that's not really great value in return, but I'm also going to open up more minutes for Shaedon Sharpe, which I think is going to be huge for us. Now, like, finding a DeAndre Ayton trade, like I said, is going to be kind of tough. I also don't mind moving Rui Hachimura right now. All right, I want to see if I can maybe do this trade with the Wizards. So we're basically swapping Jonas Valanciunas for DeAndre Ayton. They see the upside in Ayton and Sarr in that front court. I'm going to get the 22nd pick in this draft, and I'm going to get a Knicks lottery protected first and 26. This might be greedy to get 2 first. They counter it with that Portland 26. I don't want Rashawn Holmes. So I'll just ask for that New York pick, that lottery pick in 2026. So basically a first in Jonas Valanciunas, who's now going to be our backup center behind Donovan Clingan, and a first for DeAndre Ayton. They say no. I don't really want to give up that first. I don't really have any players to throw in. Damn, you're really not willing to give me 1 first in that deal? I mean, I'll give you 2 seconds down the line. I don't want to give up any first. There's no point in that. Okay, so we do agree to that. We get Ayton off our team. He ends up going to Washington. And the Cavs are getting an upgrade at the wing position. This is a massive need for them over like Harris LeVert, who's going to leave, Georges Niang. We're getting Dean Wade, and we're going to be getting their first round pick in this year's draft for Rui Hachimura. So we now have, I think, 2 first round picks in this year's draft. We have 4 and 21. So let's see who we're going to land in the 2025 draft. I think we're going to keep Cole Anthony, probably better than Jalen Hood-Schifino. The Jazz with the number 1 pick, they select Dylan Harper. They don't even take Cooper Flagg. That is insane. The Suns were so bad, they get their first rounder, and they're getting Cooper Flagg. That is kind of crazy. I know the years are off, so they're lucky with that. The Wizards at the 3rd overall pick, they select Ace Bailey. Damn, that's who I wanted. But I think we don't need Nolan Traore. We do have Scoot Henderson, so there wouldn't be a point in that. I'm going to take VJ Edgecombe, who's ranked kind of low here. Why is he? I don't know why he's ranked so low, but he's going to be my franchise small forward out of Baylor. He's been killing it for the Bahamas national team, high scoring upside, and I'm going to make him our small forward long term. And with the 22nd pick, I'm going to get Noah Essengay, who is a wing cutter slasher, kind of off-ball wing out of France. So let's sign both of those guys. I do have to change their names. Matisse Thybulle opts in. All right, I don't know if that's a year off, but either way, we'll just eat the money. I'm not going to be a player in free agency at all. Edgecombe, I literally just have to add an E to his name. And with Noah Essengay, we have so many power forwards on this team. I think I'm going to make him a small forward, and I'm going to... Does he actually go down? Or yeah, he actually went up, which is nice. And I'm going to make VJ Edgecombe a small forward as well. So qualifying offer is Jabari Walker. I'll give him a deal, but I just don't know where I'm finding minutes for Jabari Walker, which is a shame because I actually think he's kind of solid. We have enough money to go out and get a nice mid-level exception guy, but we just don't have the roster spots for that right now in the rotation. We are going to renounce the rights on PJ Tucker, Justin Minaya, and I'm going to let Jabari Walker sign elsewhere. I actually think he's a good player, but with Tumani Kamara, with Jared Vanderbilt, with Denny Avdia, with Noah Essengay, we just don't need another 4. Kyrie Irving goes back to Dallas. Jimmy Butler goes back to the team that drafted him. That is pretty cool. And the Chicago Bulls, that is the big switch up from this offseason. And player progression here, Shaedon Sharpe has now catapulted to being our top overall guy, passing Denny, and now Scoot Henderson's progressing, Clingan's progressing. That's going to be our 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I think I'm going to start, or our 1, 2, 4, and 5, and then we're going to start VJ Edgecombe at the 3. So yeah, that is going to be the starting 5. We're going to have a solid bench of veterans. Cole Anthony's going to come off the bench. We're going to have Jonas Valanciunas off the bench. Jared Vanderbilt, I guess we'll maybe give some run to Chris Murray and Tumani Kamara. I think Noah Essengay is probably going to be in the G League, and with Cole Anthony on the team, I don't really need Jalen Hood-Schifino. So I'm going to go 33 minutes to the backcourt. I'm going to go probably 28 minutes to the rookie Edgecombe. Let's go 33 minutes to Denny. Let's go 31 to Donovan Clingan. And I could probably, you know what? Do I want to give 6 minutes? I'll give 6 minutes to Jalen Hood-Schifino to see what he can do with those. Like I said, Noah Essengay is going to be in the G League this season, so I don't plan on being a great team this year. I think we're probably going to struggle at times. 3.5-star perimeter centric. I got the simulator difficulty on 60, but we still start off the season with a win. All right, let's go. All right, yeah, we're here at the deadline with a 14-36 record. Maybe the simulator difficulty is too high on this team, but we are currently the worst team in the Western Conference. That's what I thought maybe last year's team can be. We're currently the worst team in the NBA, which is kind of crazy with this squad. Shaedon Sharpe, though, his efficiency is skyrocketing, which is great, and he looks like he could be a franchise building block. Same with Denny Avdia, who's 25 years old and kind of going into his prime. I wish Scoot was a little bit more efficient, but he's still really good at 22 years old. VJ Edgecombe has been great as a rookie. Cole Anthony, I think, would actually have some solid trade value on the open market. So we're going to look to move him. Donovan Clingan could be a little bit better, but I think it's fine. I have Valanciunas mentoring him right now. I don't know if I would get anything for him on the open market. Jalen Hood-Schifino isn't very good. So Noah Essengay is definitely going to play in the second half of this season. And Cole Anthony does have a team option next year, so I think that's going to be pretty valuable on the open market. And the Nuggets have somehow ended up with Harrison Barnes. So we're going to send Cole Anthony to Denver for Harrison Barnes, who I'm just going to release, or I'm just not going to play at all. He's an expiring deal, but we're getting OKC's first round pick. So a nice first rounder in a couple years for Cole Anthony, I think is a good deal. And the Bucks are looking to upgrade the Pat Connaughton spot in the rotation. So they're going to send me Pat Connaughton and a first round pick, basically swap back. And then I'm getting, or giving them Jared Vanderbilt and a future second in this deal. And I'm actually making one more trade with the Denver Nuggets. I'm giving them Chris Murray, who hasn't really worked out too much, but they're looking for some more consistent shooting in Denver. And I'm getting Julian Strawther, both from the 2023 draft class, so we're going to swap those guys. And now we can play VJ Edgecombe a little bit more. We can play Tamani Kamara a little bit more. I mean, I don't really think Jalen Hood-Schifino is going to be good, but we could play him a little bit. Noah Essengay is going to get a decent amount of minutes off the bench. Not that many. He can get like 22 minutes a night, maybe even less than that, because I'm going to play Julian Strawther a decent amount. He's probably going to get like 20 minutes a night, honestly. I think I'm going to go like 14 to Tamani Kamara, because we know what he is. I think like he's in a really good role, and then I'm going to go probably 22 minutes to Julian Strawther as our sixth man. We're probably going to be really bad this year, but I know our pick is protected from Chicago, so I'm not worried about losing it. So Wemby, in his his third year in the NBA, ends up winning MVP, Cooper Flagg Rookie of the Year on the Suns. Man, he's killing it, like in the Team USA, like he's on the select team. First college prospect or non-NBA player to be on that since Anthony Davis back in basically 2012. And yeah, he is absolutely killing it. Rob Dillingham, and he's not even college yet. He's going to be the first overall pick, in my opinion. Rob Dillingham, 6th man of the year. Excited to use him when I control the Timberwolves, but he's probably going to start for me, I feel like, at that point. But he could be a sixth man. So this is all NBA first team. I don't think we're going to get anybody here. No Portland Trailblazers. Any defensive guys? That would have been kind of cool. Rookie-wise, we do get VJ Edgecombe on all-rookie first team. Exciting guy. And I think the three-point shot will come because he did shoot 84% from the line. So that gives me confidence he will be a good three-point shooter. We were bad this year. We were not good. We fell off a lot. That's fine. 23-59. I think next year, though, we could complete for a play-in tournament spot. Depending on where we add in the offseason, we should have another top pick in this draft. Who knows where the lottery can take us, but these guys are improving. And I think I want to get a veteran or two off the bench. I actually think Noah Essengay can come off the bench next year. Julian Strawther can come off the bench next year. Even Jonas Valanciunas is playing 10 minutes a night, but I think we're going to look for one more guy, and maybe that means I'm moving to Monty Kamara or somebody like that, but we're also going to have another top draft pick. Jokic, Western Conference Finals MVP, so shout out to Chris Murray playing in the NBA Finals, going up against the Cavs, who was the wing I traded the Cavs? That was Rui Hashimura. So the Hashimura versus Murray Bowl, and Chris Murray ends up winning it. Oh, I thought that was Chris Murray. Chris Murray played 15 minutes in game number 4. Wow, the Nuggets swept them. Oh, well, I guess they ended up moving. I don't know where they moved Rui Hashimura, but he's no longer on the Cavs. Maybe that's why you guys got swept. So Kevin Love retires on the Sacramento Kings, Batum on the Lakers, Brook Lopez on the Magic, or was that the Mavericks? That was the Orlando Magic. Klay Thompson also retired as well. Jersey retirements, Klay by the Warriors, no shocker there. And draft lottery time, we will be getting our pick, so I am not worried about that. And our pick ends up being number 2 in the 2026 overall draft. Wow, that is insane. So I'm landing Cameron Boozer or AJ Debance. Yeah, and our pick that we owe Chicago from like the Larry Nance 3-team trade is lottery protected every year till 2028. And if you look at our draft situation right now, like we have the 2nd overall pick. We have potentially 3 first-round picks next year. We have 4 first-round picks in 2027, 2 in 2028, and our pick in 2029. I think we are going to move on from Chauncey Billups as our head coach, though. All right, I offered a lot of head coaching jobs out there. We were able to get 3 of them. So we got Will Hardy, Taylor Jenkins, and Joe Mazzulla. So let's get Joe Maz as the next head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. And yeah, let's start the night of the 2026 NBA draft. The number 1 overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs, are going to add a generational talent to Victor Wembanyama, and that's going to be, oh my God, they pass up on AJ Debance and Cameron Boozer. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to go with AJ. I don't know what that means for Edgecombe. Edgecombe, I think, has to go to the 6-man spot. Debance could be a power forward. Like, I was going to probably start Cameron Boozer over Denny Avdia, but I'm getting AJ Debance with the 2nd overall pick out of USC. He could be generational. Yeah, I can't believe San Antonio. Let me get both of my selections there I could have taken. So we're getting AJ Debance. I mean, we could play him at the 4. We'll see. Picking up the team option on Julian Strawther. I'm going to let Jalen Hood-Schifino walk. I just don't really need him at this point. I think we can get somebody better in free agency. We'll give Dwap Reed the qualifying offer. He's like 30 right now. Shaden Sharp, we're obviously going to pay a decent amount of money to this offseason. We're going to let Thibault walk. We're going to let Barnes walk. We're going to let Dean Wade and Pat Connaughton walk. So even after bringing back Shaden Sharp, I will still have like $30-ish million in cap space. So I'm not really sure what we're looking for right now. I mean, I could sign Trey Young. I don't think I'm going to do that. I mean, I don't mind getting Lou Dort. Like, I think we need some defense off the bench. Wow, the Hawks are already done with Reece Shea. What's up with that? All right, so I'm going to look to get Lou Dort, team option on the last year. I would not mind another center as well to maybe compete with Donovan Clingan if he's not like the long-term guy. Like, I don't mind getting Walker Kessler. So I will offer Walker Kessler a 4-year deal. I think I could sign Kessler and Lou Dort and bring back Shaedon Sharpe. So let's do something like that. I think we should be okay. I just got to renounce the rights on Reith, Jalen Hood-Schifino. We get Dort. I should be good there. Yeah, we get Dort and we get Walker Kessler. Let's see if they match it in Utah. They don't. Okay, so now I think that could make Jonas Valanciunas obsolete. And we can sign all three of these guys, Lou Dort, Walker Kessler, and Shaedon Sharpe. So, yeah, that's pretty big. So Sharpe, we paid a lot of money to. I think Kessler could start over Donovan Clingan. I think it's going to be a nice two-man game. We're trying to maybe replicate what Dallas has in Gafford and Derek Lively. And yeah, this could be AJ Dubant's team in a year or two. And I wanted to spend my money this offseason as well because I got to pay Scoot Henderson next offseason. Denny's going to be due for an extension soon, then Clingan. So like, I might as well try to go out and get some guys and get an elite perimeter defender. Yeah, Jonas Valanciunas is regressing. So I'm glad I ended up picking up Walker Kessler in free agency. I just may not play Toumani Camara in the rotation next year. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like. We got Scoot, Sharpe, AJ, Denny Avdia, and Walker Kessler with Edgecombe, Clingan, Lou Dort, Julian Strawther, and Noah Essengay off the bench. So yeah, no Valanciunas, no Toumani Camara. 3.5-star balance under our new head coach, Joe Mazzulla. Let's see how we can look here in the 2020. This would be the 2027 season. Start off the year with a dub against Chicago. Let's go. All right, so we're at the trade deadline with a 29-22 record. We were the worst team in the Western Conference at this time last year, and we're somehow the 3 seed in the West with a 29-22 record. I guess the West is somewhat down. We're 5th in offense. Defense, though, we could be a little bit better, but we're about like 7th in defense. We do have a positive point differential, which is nice to see. Shaedon Sharpe is actually like breaking out fully. He's been super efficient, 42% from 3, 88% from the line, and it's translating into winning. We love to see that. Scoot's been more efficient this year as well. 5.8 assists, which it was a little bit higher, but only 2 turnovers a night. AJ Dubanta, right out of the gate, one of the best rookies in the league. Denny Avdia has been such a good swingman for us, can play make, nice offensive hub for us. BJ Edge come off the bench, really embracing that 6-man role. Donovan Clingan, I think with the added competition of Walker Kessler has been even better. I really like the addition of Lou Dort as well defensively. Strawther's shot's a little bit down, and it's looking like Essengay, like if we do make the playoffs, could play over him. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to make any trades this year. Looking at our offseason free agents like Kamara, I don't know if I'm going to bring back. And Scoot Henderson, we're obviously going to pay. I guess it will be a big question with like Strawther as well. We don't really have any extensions. We could work on with Denny right now. So let's do that. Let's work on a Denny extension. We're going to give him about $51 million over 3 years. And honestly, as a veteran presence, Valanciunas is my 3rd-string center. I'm cool with that. And Victor Wembanyama wins MVP. Cameron Boozer is your Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Rob Dillingham. Wemby Depoy. Hugo Gonzalez, Most Improved. Damian Lillard, Clutch Player of the Year. And Mark Dagno is your Coach of the Year. Wemby, Luka, Jokic, LaMelo, and Sabonis on 1st team. 2nd team, no Portland Trailblazers. None on 3rd team, sadly. There's all defensive 1st team, which has a Spaley on it, and Devin Carter. There's defensive 2nd team, all rookie 1st team, including AJ Dubanta, who was phenomenal as a rookie for us. And Cameron Boozer, pretty good as well in Toronto. And we finished the year as a 3 seed. It's a Walker Kessler Revenge Series in round number 1. I'm excited about this new look Jazz rebuild I'm going to be doing as well. Maybe I'll move marketing, but they've added Paolo Banchero to this team, and it's going to be a little bit of a DeAndre Ayton revenge series as well. So Ayton going up against Walker Kessler. These guys were once starting centers of the opponent's team. I thought everybody was pretty good this year. Maybe Strawther was a little bit disappointing, but I actually was a big fan of everybody else's game this season. And let's see if we're able to beat the Utah Jazz in round number 1, get a playoff win under these guys' belts as AJ Dubanta in his first career playoff game in his first season, 29-7-5. Unreal stuff. Game 2 goes to the Portland Trailblazers. We win 139-126. Shaedon Sharpe with 31. AJ Dubanta with 21-5-5. Kessler had a double-double. You'll love to see that. I did remove Strawther from the rotation, played more minutes to the starting 5. Is AJ Dubanta in his first career playoff series is putting up these type of numbers. I mean, that's something we could see in real life. He's going to be that good. And we ended up sweeping the Utah Jazz. Shaedon Sharpe drops 37 as he's breaking out at the perfect time. We advance to take on the 7-seeded Portland Trailblazers. Okay, and they're running Zion at the 5 with Keegan Murray at the 4. I mean, this could be an upset waiting to happen. Game 1 goes to the Portland Trailblazers. We end up winning in 4 games. I mean, they're a little bit more experienced for sure. Game number 2 goes to the Pelicans. So we do lose our first game here in round number 2 as a whole in the playoffs. Game number 3 goes to the Portland Trailblazers. We win 120-118. Denny with 23, 6-8. Game 4 goes to the Trailblazers. We win 133-109. Scoot with 29, 8, and 9. Sharp with 27. Double-double for Klingon. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. And we are in the conference finals in year 1 of AJ Advance's tenure as a Blazer. I mean, Scoot is breaking out in the playoffs. Same with Shaedon Sharp. Denny's playing great off of that extension. He really is playing good for us. And man, VJ Edgecombe looks like a home run pick as well. We have drafted very well in this video, but we got to take on the juggernaut known as the OKC Thunder. Why have I only been doing Western Conference rebuilds lately? Eastern Conference, stop being so boring. Because even the Timberwolves won. That's going to be a Western one. Game 1, oh my God, we beat them. We're going to go to the finals with this team. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like in a few years. We do lose game 2, though, by 14. I mean, this Thunder team is better than us on paper. Game 3 goes to the Thunder by 10 points. Damn, we could not play defense at all in that second half. 71 points allowed. We do tie it up, though. We win 139-117. Sharp with 31, 7, and 7. Dibanta with 25. Scoot with 21. Game number 5 goes to the Thunder. Can we force a game number 7? If we force a game 7, I'm confident we can go to the finals. Yes, we can. Oh my God. We win 120-108. Here we go. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals in Oklahoma City. Just don't get blown out. Please stay close in this one. Not a good first half. You know what? It could be better. It could be worse. All right, we have a lead right now. Now we're tied. 64-64. Sharp's been great. Scoot's already got 4 fouls. That's not great. That's not great. Multiple guys have 3 fouls. That is not good whatsoever. So we are pretty much, it's close, man. We are down by 7. All right, they're going a little bit of a run to start. Nobody is fouled out yet, but a lot of guys have 3 fouls for us. Can we make it somewhat close? Down by 5, 3 minutes to go. Let's have some fun. Why can I never be up by 5, right? Why do I always got to be down by 5? So Shaedon Sharp only has 16 points here. He's got Shea guarding him. Can we get to the rim right there? Lou Dort against his former team as well. I don't know why. Oh, no, I thought we had Klingon and Kessler in. Lou Dort trying to get to the rim. I don't like that. Derek Jones Jr. No foul. I didn't mean to shoot that with Denny. I don't know why I took that. Klingon, I love you. Score, Klingon. You got 2 smaller guys on you. Oh my God. Thank you. Beast inside. I noticed he had like Casey Walls and Derek Jones Jr. trying to get at him. I don't know why I took that shot with Denny. I didn't even mean to. I wanted to pump fake. All right. Down by 3. Let's play some good defense. We got AJ Advance guarding Jalen Williams. I like this for us. We got Denny guarding Czech because they got Hardenstein out there. Don't love that. Wait, what? What was that? Illegal screen? Let's go. All right, Scoot Henderson, get to the rim, throw it down. Oh my God, I was scared he was going to get blocked there. All right, we're down by 1, but I hate guarding Shea in this game, man. I hate it so much. Here we go. This is going to be fun. All right, let Chet do whatever he wants on the perimeter. Okay, well, he got me on skates, and okay, at least it wasn't an N1. Like, I seriously can't guard Shea in this game. He's just too shifty for me. Denny inside, and he throws it down on Chet Holmgren's head. Oh, let's go. Back to a 1-point game. 1:53 to go. Scoot holding his own on Shea. Oh, he misses it. Let's go. Kessler with a huge rebound. All right, let's push it a little bit. Let's push it. I see you, Denny, inside, going right at J-Dub. All right, we have such a nice mismatch here. Yeah, Shaedon Sharp. Roll, Denny. Roll. Beautiful. Beautiful pick and roll with Shaedon Sharp and Denny, and we have the lead. 107-106. Shea driving. Oh, he gets contested by Denny. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Kick it up to Shaedon Sharp. Oh, I see you, Dibanta, in the corner. Shaedon Sharp inside. Can he get over Caruso? Okay, I don't want to force it. Come on, AJ. This is where you can make a legend out of yourself. Come here, Kessler. Give me a screen. Come to the left side. All right, let's go to AJ. We got 5 seconds to roll with here. He's going to get by Hardenstein, and he throws it down on Chet and Hardenstein. Oh, my God. AJ Dibanta, you are insane. He is just a rookie out there as well. Shea's trying to force a lot. We're there. We're there. No, but Jalen Williams is wide open. He misses it. Shea really got that rebound. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, and he misses that. Let's go. Okay, wow. I don't know how we let Shea get that rebound. I think 2K was rewarding me for just that BS that he somehow got that rebound. So let's be smart here. We could win this and go to the finals. This would be insane. Scoot. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh my God, why did I pass that? Kick that out to Scoot. Scoot, please. What are you doing? Take the mid-range jumper. Why would you dive into Chet? That actually could have been the dumbest thing I've ever seen. What is that animation? Shaedon Sharp, catch and shoot. Dagger. No! Why did I take that? That was risky. I don't know. That felt good, though. Shea's going to get to the rim with ease. No! That's the last thing we need! Come on. CPU, why'd you have to foul him? Why'd you have to foul him? The last thing we needed was an N1. They don't have any timeouts. Denny's open for 3. No, Denny, what are you doing? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, I hate my life. I kick it out to you because you're wide open at 3 for the 3, and then he runs inside. I hate this game. And I know it. We're going to lose in overtime. We're literally going to lose in overtime. That's how this works. Please have a good overtime. Please. I feel, oh my God, we're already down by 5. We're already down by 5. Great. Nobody could score. Nobody could score. And we don't even have the ball. All right, J-Dub for 3, please now. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Scoot, get to the rim. Okay, we're going to throw that down. It's a 6-point game. J-Dub mid-range. No, Caruso's wide open for 3. And of course Caruso is hitting those. Denny mid-range. Thank you. I mean, I needed a 3 out of that. Still down by 7. Can somebody help me in transition? Oh my God, Shay is so good. I hate my life. We ended up losing by 15 in overtime. 15 points in a 5-minute overtime period. Unreal. Unreal. I hate my life so much. The Thunder beat the Celtics in 6. All right, well, at least I'm confident we can go to the finals next year. I mean, I guess I'm glad we were in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. We had the lead. Oh, my God, and they had the final play. Oh, my God, that Phoenix pick is going to end up being the 2nd overall pick in this draft. So we go to the Western Conference Finals, Game 7 of it, and I still end up with the 2nd overall pick. That's pretty sick. And whoever I draft is probably going to be a backup. There's 2 guys that could be on the board. There's a center and a point guard. Oh, and you know who's the 1st overall pick? The Thunder. And that's the guy I wanted, the 6'7" point guard out of Texas. So I'm going to have to end up with Patrick Pollard. He could be in a trade. He's a 7-foot center out of Houston. Definitely not as good as Bonner. Still could be good, but we have Kling and Kessler, so I don't really know his purpose on the team right now as I'm trying to win a championship next year. And yeah, we're going to pay Scoot Henderson a ton of money this offseason. He gets a deal from the Rockets. We are going to match that. 2 years, $61 million at a match. Really? Strother comes back on the QO, but not Kamara. This is the team that I hope can make a run next year. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to look to move any spots. I mean, we could look to upgrade the center spot or the power forward spot eventually, but I want to see if this starting 5 can win a championship. I'm like so greedy at this point. I get the 2nd overall pick and I don't even care because I'm like, where am I upgrading this team right now? So we're going to roll this 9-man rotation out there. I mean, Patrick Pollard hopefully will still have good trade value throughout the year if I'm going to use him. All right, we're at the trade deadline. We're killing it. I'm going to make a massive trade. I'm going to trade Patrick Pollard, the 2nd overall pick, Walker Kessler, the Clippers 1st rounder, and this 1st rounder as well for Chet Holmgren. 2 years left on his deal, and we're going to try to beat the Thunder by making them hopefully worse this year. And we're going to take Chet. We're going to get Mustafa Tice from them, but yeah, we're getting Chet Holmgren to be the starting center. We're giving up massive 1st-round picks in that deal as well. Really valuable ones. And now this team is just actually absurd. It really is. Like, we're going to have Chet Holmgren at the 5. The bench is Edgecombe, Klingon, who's going to play a little bit less, Dort, and Essengay. Like, we have Chet, we have Denny, we have Dibansa, Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson. Let's get a ring here in the 2028 season. Yeah, it's the 2028 season. And we end the season, and Wemby wins MVP. Jalen Harrelson is your Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year, Reed Shepard is now in Brooklyn. Funny enough, he was taken with that pick. Kamal Malak is your Most Improved, and Clutch Player of the Year is Steph Curry. We go 63-19, and we get Coach of the Year. We don't get anyone on the first 2 teams. Damn, no AJ Dibanza. I thought we were going to get him on a team. We do not get Chet on all defensive 1st or 2nd team, sadly. But we are the 1 seed, and the Thunder have dropped to the 6th seed. My work here is done. We just have to infiltrate the Thunder and make them worse. Shaden Sharp is our top scorer, followed by Dibansa, Holmgren, Scoot, Edgecombe, Denny, Klingon, Dort, Essig. This is a good team. This is a good team. If Dallas beats me, I will cry. Oh my God, it's a good team. It actually is a pretty good young team. Let's see if we're able to beat them. Please, Game 1 goes to us, 2, 3, and 4. We sweep them, taking on the Houston Rockets in round number 2. I think should be a tougher series because the Rockets are young. They develop. Ahmed Thompson, Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore, Caleb Wilson, Şengün, Trey Murphy, Quentin Grimes. Okay, I think we should beat them and go to the conference finals, and we are 8-0 to start off this playoff run. We're going to be taking on the Jazz in the conference finals, who was good. Shaden Sharp was really good in round 2. Same with Scoot Henderson. Same with VJ Edgecombe. Chet Holmgren, I think, is like the perfect 5 on this team. It's probably a perfect center on any team. We should beat the Jazz. I don't know, though. Marketing, Cody Williams, Dylan Harper, Banchero. It's a sick team in Utah. Please beat them. And we win in 5. And we're in the NBA Finals, taking on the Boston Celtics, who still have their top 5, basically, from this past championship team in 2028. Let's see what happens here. The Bill Walton series. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. We're tied after 2. We go up 2-1. Tied after 4. We go up 3-2. We're going to a Game 7, folks. Here's the video right here. Game 7 of the 2020. This would be 8 NBA Finals. We're at home. Don't get blown out. Please win this one. All right. Oh, man, we're down. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth right now. Come on. No. No. I'm going to cry. We just lost Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Oh, my God.